to the spiritual discipline with a mindful meditation. Very good. Okay. Thank you very much. Very well. Thank you. And next, second speaker. She is her name is Bhikkhuni Dolly Anti. Now PhD candidate in MBSc, MCU. She's a mindfulness master for meditation retreats. She did practitioner and other master as well. Now she studied in MBSc and MCU. Now she's a great speaker, Bhikkhuni Dolly Anti. Please welcome to distinguished speaker.
Open mind. Thank you for your introduction. I'm very happy to come here one more time and share my idea about the Buddhism and environment, healing the mother nature. This is the one, yes, after, yes, wait, yes, and then I just think, this is the one of the topics always in my mind, because that's it now in the over the world we are polluting, and we live with many dangerous things around in us because the pollution environment. So that's I think this is the hot topic, and one of the goals of the United Nations to do how to protect the environment. So that's I'm very happy have the time to share my idea, and I would like to invite all of you see the clip. This is the clip, the short movie share about the Mother Earth dying, and you know the situation, current situation in the world now. Please. Oh, no sound. This is the time the mother is still alive, and in the many years ago, our life very interesting, very rich and green. And that time we say the Mother Earth is living. You can see the beautiful picture, but now she have the painful feeling because our earth desire, we want a loss, and we destroy our nature. That is the way we destroy the mother nature. We destroy a lot of the forest on the world. We don't have a fresh water to live. Now, many countries no fresh water because we cannot control our desire. And you know the Amazon forest burned last year. A loss of many hectares, and a loss of animals dying. That is the situation of our environment. She is dying. Our mother nature is dying, but it is still time for us to train. It depends on us, not depends on another. No God here. Depends on our karma. That is the belief. The short clip, please open my presentation. This is the situation of environment, our environment, and I also call the familiar name with the environment is the Mother Nature. And today I would like to share another. Yes. Do you know, we destroy a lot. We destroy and we met our Mother Nature suffering. They're suffering a lot. You see many plastic bags, plastic bottle threw on the seas, on the river. And no, we don't have a beautiful beach. No, it's plastic beach. And also we cut a lot of trees in the forest and cannot keep the soil. In the winter, many countries destroyed because the flash floods. And last year, Myanmar too. I remember last time we went to Myanmar to do charity, to help the flood victim, and I saw this forest. That is the forest is destroyed, and the floods flow down everything until the house, the people, a lot of people die because why? That situation. And we can see that situation because our desire, our unmindfulness. We are unmindful in every activity. When we have an unmindfulness and inside in our mind also have a two of the cetasika. One ahira, it means the shamelessness. And the second is the anotapa. It means we lost of the moral, the rich. We don't scared when we do anything, and we don't have mindfulness when we do something, because that's the way the two unbeautiful things arise in our mind. And when you have the arihika and anotapa, also you cultivate your doha, lopa, doha, and mosa too. And this is the root, it is the cause of our pollution according to the Buddhist perspective. And this is just the polluting your mind, polluting the world. This is my slogan. When we think, because in our mind polluting of the three toxins, doha, moksha, and lopa. That's why we make our environment, our world polluting. Everything comes from your mind. Do you know in the Sutta, Agatna Sutta, the Buddha say before our planet very beautiful like a paradise, and many animals to live in harmony. But after that, at that time, the human being in that world, they practice very well the 5 sila, 5 precepts. And day by day, the lopa arising their mind, and they break precept, 5 precept, 5 sila, and after that, the world destroy and polluting and become the dark. You see, the water, it become the darkness. No water, and the tree, anything become from the light alive become dying. That's either in the Agatna Sutta, the Buddha say like this. And now this is very clearly when we see in Nomore. The second, so that when we know the cause of the polluting become from your mind, your polluting mind, so that now we can see the way we protect our environment. This is the different way, very simple. We can do every day in our activity. That is just one way, the mindful living. If you arise the mindfulness in your mind and you know how to do, you scared to do the devil, you have the good six in your mind, Hiris and Otapa. This is the two beautiful cetasika in your mind and protect the world. And when you have a two six like this, it means you can easy to practice the 5 sila. And you know how to keep your mind, your body, and your verbal, your speech. This is the 3 training, the 5 trainings. And in my tradition, in Plum Village, we say the 5 mindfulness training. It means the 5 sila, but sila also the mindfulness. If you have the mindfulness, in the five sila, in Plum Village, we train the 5th sila, become the mindful consumption. It means not only no alcohol. The fifth sila is no alcohol. But the 5th sila in the new, we renew, and not only alcohol, but also we choose mindful consumption. What is the mindful consumption? Mindful consumption is mean you must remind is mean always to remind yourself to choose the food for your body and your mind. Your body and your mind nourished by the good food and the mindfulness food, the mindful food. And in the with 5 hours, 1 5 hour remind is means the mindfulness, the main are. The second, reduce. We should reduce something. What is the reduce? Recycle. When you have you see some plastic bag or plastic bottle, you should to put in the bin, trash bin, recycle bin for the first for some recycling. And the second hour, we should reduce the bottle, plastic bottle and pad. And this is my desire, my dream. I think Martin Luther King also have a dream, and I also have a dream. This is my dream in IBSC. We can train the this. We can train this bottle become the practice to the glass. We see this is refillable bottle, and we can protect environment a lot. So that we just use the machine, water machine, and the refillable. That is a very good thing we do for our environment, for our nature. I decide this and we see our earth always plastic bag, and now we change plastic bag to the another bag. You see, very fun. And what is the use? This is very interesting. Reuse. Reuse means that you can reuse something from the recycling, and you make the beautiful thing. This is some model we do in Vietnam and some garden. We can use something to do the decor your garden and reuse. And that is the 5R. When we do something, when we buy something, we can do and we think about our Mother Earth. But this is the main thing I want to share with you. I would like to share with you the 8 Noble Paths. You don't think 8 Noble Paths is the way very daunting and very high? No, very simple if you practice every day. Just one thing, the right view. When you sit here, you know. When you do something, you know you are not alone. We are inter-are. When one action, 1 hour action, 1 mind action can affect many people. So that we should be mindful when we action, when we do some karma. Good karma affect the people. Bad karma also affect everyone. That's why we always do something and we think we are not alone. We are inter-are. And this is the right view. I say this is the right view, very easy, always nourished in your mind. And the second, right thinking. When you do something, you also think the model for good, do something for good for environment. It's either right thinking or right thoughts. From right thought, leading to your right speech. Right speech here, not only to talk, but also you do, I focus the right speech. It means the environmental protect education. We should to apply, to teach for the children, for everyone to understand, protect environment. And the third, right action. Right action, when you see some, right action very easy. When you drink some water, you know and you mindful, you should do something by refillable. You take the cup, you don't use the plastic, you don't do anything. That is your action, right action. Or when you go to the road and you see some plastic bag, and you can put on the trash bin. That is just only one action, but you do with the right view, right thinking, right mindfulness. This will become the good action, become the big action, not only small action. You can do the small thing with your big heart, with your higher vision, and you are more bigger, more higher. So that we can do the 8 Noble Paths in every activity. When you see the light, you don't use, you turn off. That's the time you protect environment. When you go out the room, you should take off the air condition. You also think, oh, this is the IBSC, not mine. But this is no. When you do something with our planet, we don't do something for one person or one community. And we just do. So that you are not only yourself, but you are the world. You are the world. You are not only yourself. So that's just one small action. But you do with the big heart, with the big vision, with the right view, right thinking, right action. You are the world. And you are the Mother Nature. You are protecting nature. And the livelihood, you should choose some job to protect. Because many countries, they produce a lot of goods and then they make at first in the environment, make pollution a lot. And if you have a good livelihood, you choose how to do the reduce pollution. And the fourth, you should right effort. Right effort here, we develop and continue to help every community to do environmental protection. And the right mindfulness, I stayed with you many times already, and right concentration. Concentration here is meaning that you do maintain. Concentration not only the just focus, but you do maintain every day by day, and you do your activity, good activity. That is the Four Noble Paths in the daily life. One action, one right action, one right thinking, you can train the world. And your future generator depends on our karma, our action. That is the way the Buddha teaches us to protect and to build our planet, become the polluting planet, become the beautiful world. And the next, I show you some activity we did in Vietnam and in some country in the world. This is in every retreat, I also have some program for the environmental education, because that is very interesting, and the children also understand the way they practice, and we give them the right view. We should give them right view and right thinking about our situation. Not only the children, but also many. This is for the young adult people. And this is for the children in Italy. In this camp, we just bring the children go to the forest and play in the forest. And we play together, but I just cultivate them the love the nature, and they just learn from nature. They don't use anything electric or anything technology, just play with the nature and love the nature. And this is for the Buddhist student. Okay. I always time up. But I would like to say one thing. The protest plan forest. This is my protest. My protest, and I show very interesting. Vietnamese government given me 500 hectare forest, and I am just the general manager of this protest. Also, I have some team to come with us, and I do the planting, plan and protecting And the second, the financial team. Very clearly, financial team, this is the fundraising from the company. Many companies, they polluting the world, and now they should pay money for buy the tree to plant. And many times I have the business retreat, businessman retreat, and I can fundraising, and they become the financial team. And the second, the team for the planting team, I use some new students in the university. I have many retreats for the students, and we can come and they just do planting. But how can we protect? We should do with the local people. And we divide area because the big area, and you should divide area to many, and you give that local people. And the benefits after 10 years, we cut that tree because this is the industrial tree, and we cut and we replant again. And the benefit, the local people find 50%. If they don't have a benefit, they cannot protect for you. So that you must give a local people benefits and give a 50%. So that this is that's their earning, their money, so that they must protect. And our vision, our mission, the higher than the money, because we must, when we do, we benefit for the local people, but benefit for the environment. That's why this is, I think this is a good model for every country. And when I do this model, last year, but now I stopped because COVID-19, and I cannot come back to Vietnam and to continue. I just do with some team already. And when I come back Vietnam, and we go and to do. This is I think it's okay now. I always talk a lot. I'm sorry. Thank you for your listening. And I hope all of you, one thing, all of the listener today, please mindful in your activity and do something for our planet, our mother nature by the small thing, but with big heart and big mind. Thank you.